What's up, guys? The Donkey Kong here with my good friend PacificSky.
I hate you every time we do that, but you know, let's just roll with it. Welcome back.
Every time we open these episodes, you just insult me. It's awful.
You could with good merit as well. The portmanteau of your name is Dong.
Yours is Pie.
Pie's pretty good though. Dong.
Pie
you
is
just
alright. Come
Pie
on,
is...
don't tell me Dong is not amazing.
I mean, if you want to say Dong's amazing, I can quote you on that.
Right, back to the topic at hand.
Put that quote right now, future Hugo. Dong is amazing. Hugo Dunk 2K617.
Welcome to the first episode of our Doctor Who review. So me and Warren here recently decided to rewatch the entire of Doctor Who after watching the end of season.
Whoa. Firstly, a couple of things. Don't call it a Doctor Who review, because it sounds dumb.
Yes.
And weird. It makes sound like some really bad reaction channel. Okay. Secondly, we are so unsatisfied with that season 10, whatever that was. Don't even know what season it was. Going back to the classics.
I'm going to be honest, season 10, the finale was alright, but we can get to that when we actually get to the episode, so we decided to...
Oh boy, I can't wait for us to get to that.
We decided to rewatch all of Doctor Who, even the bad and the good, so we...
Yep. Well, at the moment we're only doing the new episodes. We'll go back to the classics eventually. Yeah. But for now, we're talking about the new stuff.
Starting from season 1, Christopher Eccleston with the reboot. So we're gonna have them in. We're gonna have the way the episodes are gonna be laid out is we're gonna have 3 episodes per video, and then we'll talk about them a little, maybe like 5 or 7 minutes, something like that. And then when we both came to a decision, we will both give a score out of 10 and compare our scores.
And to make up that score, we're going to assess a few things, like how good our main characters were, how good the plot was, how good the villains were, how good the side characters were, how much death there was. I love me a bit of death, and it's like the overall quality of the episode itself.
Okay then, let's get started with episode 1, Rose. So, Warren, just in one word, how would you summarize this episode?
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. For
what it... Yeah, sure. Good, but one word. What you got?
Pizza.
Why pizza?
Pizza.
Why pizza?
Do you not remember that part?
No.
You got Auton Mickey, and he just gets in the road, gets in the car, and he just goes pizza. Pizza.
Pizza. Pizza.
Or Chinese.
Pizza.
Oh, speaking of Auton Mickey, actually that's another thing we talk about, the effects. Going back to them, you realise how bad the effects were. Maybe for 2005 and TV, it's not that bad. But yeah, it's the bin.
Funny.
The bin pie is so bad. Play it now, obviously.
Oh,
but he's just holding it he can't escape, and it's so bad. Oh, it's
so
freaking
the nesting consciousness as well. It looks like a giant pile of
Oh.
Do you know? It looks like moss. It actually looks like a moss.
Yeah, because there's a face in it as well, and it's kind of weird, but it's there. But before we get off, we should probably go over the plot of this episode first.
So just to quickly summarize the plot of this episode, basically, the Doctor comes across this girl named Rose, who is an ordinary British girl living in London with a very boring life, and she needs some excitement in her life. So eventually, when she comes across an attack with these things called the Autons, which are basically living plastic, so in this episode, they mostly take the form of dummies in shops, clothes shops, and so in an encounter with this, she meets a mysterious man called the Doctor, who then helps her defeat these Autons and save London, and that's basically it summarized.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But so let's start. So we meet Rose, and she's alright. At the beginning, she's quite annoying. I
kind of feel like they went for that with her character, though. Kind of
yeah.
I will say the character development of Rose in this episode is very good. By the end, you are rooting for her. She becomes a lot better.
Oh no, yeah. like she does develop, unlike some characters in Doctor Who, as we'll get to later in the goddamn series. But like she's like I don't know, she's all right. And she's annoying, but she gets out of it. So like that. So then like the Doctor Eccleston is great in this.
Oh, Christopher
he's
an amazing Doctor. I really wish he'd got more than one series.
No, so do I. He's just mad. It's fantastic.
He's the perfect combination of silly and serious.
I think he was a very good like intro, as this episode was. Like, it's not great, but for what it is, which is like this show had been gone for like 20 years, so it's a reintroduction to it. It was good. It was very good in that aspect. So I'll give it that.
So the characters of this one are all pretty funty. Jackie Tyler, especially, I found her hilarious in this episode.
She's a sex pest.
She is, honestly.
Like, can we just can we just take like a brief tangent here? Because I was thinking about this. She's a complete sex pest. Like this will probably be a recurring segment of who has Jackie tried to sleep with today. But like the Doctor comes in within seconds
like,
of meeting him. There's a
mysterious man in my bedroom.
There's a strange man.
Anything could happen.
And I'm in my pajamas.
But just Eccleston's response was just, haha, no.
I'm in my dressing gown.
Yes, you are.
There's a strange man in my bedroom.
Yes, there is.
Where anything could happen.
No.
The actual villains of this episode, the Autons and the Nestine Consciousness.
I quite like,
I'm not a massive fan of them in a
no.
sense.
Like, the Autons are kind of scary. Like, I'll give it that.
I used to be terrified of the Autons. I'll give them that. Like,
yeah.
When I watched this show as like a wee old 5-year-old, I would be the Autons made me stay away from dummies in shops. Like, they honestly did.
Yeah. I also I don't know if you remember, but it's like when Rose is trying to find the Doctor after like she meets him the first time. She's like going on through loads of forum stuff, and she meets this random guy online. Firstly, probably a murderer, as it said in the episode. She's lucky to be alive.
Nikki,
but it's like
right.
This like random like fat guy who like she just meets and goes to his house. He just gets shot by one of the Autons later in the episode.
Right in front of his kids and all. Like, he's like...
Yeah, I know.
What can only be about a 6-year-old kid, and his dad's just shot.
The kid gets away. He just watches his dad get shot. Like, if that happened to me, like, I'm gonna find this Doctor guy and kill him. He killed my dad's dead because of him.
Not just that. No, that kid's not going to be doing anything for the rest of his life. He's going to be traumatized. He saw a shop dummy kill his dad.
He's going to become like the Auton Batman. Like, he will, because he watches dad get murdered in front of him, and then he's probably scared of Autons, because why would you not be? So he like just becomes like a plastic dummy superhero.
I don't know about you. I'd be terrified. So the villain of this episode, the actual main villain, Nestine Consciousness, he was alright. It's not great.
The Nestine's in it for literally a minute, like 2 minutes.
I will say it was a good choice to bring them back for the first episode, because it's a well-known villain for people who used to watch the show, but it's not like a main villain. Yeah,
that's fair enough. I'll give you that. I feel like they could have done something else. Like, I feel like Sontarans maybe is also on that level. That might have been cool to see back, but I like they brought them back later. It's fair enough though. I'm glad they didn't go for something like new. They went for something classic but refreshed.
Yeah, it's like how they didn't bring back the Cybermen until season 2. I was surprised by that. I would have thought they brought him back in season 1.
But they reference him like, oh, that's good. That's a nice reference. But we'll get to that.
Like the bit at the beginning of Dalek when he's got like
the
helmet.
There we are. I was saying we'll get to that. But just mention it now. That's fine.
But yeah, the villain in this episode, Nestine Conscious, alright overall. The side characters like Mickey, I don't know about you, I love Mickey.
In this one, not so much.
No, I absolutely love him. Plus, can we just agree, Auton Mickey is the best Doctor Who character of all time. Of all time.
I mean, I won't say
Sugar
that.
Babe, sweetheart. Sugar Babe, sweetheart.
Oh.
Honey.
Trust me, sweetheart. Babe.
Darling.
Sugar. Babe. Sugar.
She was quite. It's just the thing when his head gets chopped off. He's like aimlessly like slapping around in that thing.
Yeah, I will say the comedy in this episode was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a very funny episode.
there's some good comedy.
So,
and it's just quickly, just scary. Like it's relatively scary. Like for the autumn thing. Like for me, it definitely got me.
Yeah, same.
Like it put me up because I was 5 though, to be fair. So I think it would. But yeah, apart from that, it's alright overall. You got anything else you want to add, or?
Nah, I think it's time to put in those scores. So you go first one. What did you give it a score?
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10.
Yep, that was me as well. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, what? We're not allowed to agree. That's not fair.
To be fair, we have agreed on most of the points here.
Hang on, let me check that that's true. Let me just check it is 6. We have 2 listings. No. Actually no. I put 5.
Oh,
never mind.
There we go. Disagreement made.
I'm gonna go for 5.
Hugo, change that review. Thank you. All right then. Let's move on to the next episode.
Yeah, considering what I've put the other 6s as, I'm definitely putting it as a 5.
So episode 2 was the end of the world. And would you like to summarize this episode, Warren?
Okay, I'll summarize it. So at the end of the first episode, Rose decides to go with the Doctor. He's like, I can take you anywhere and anyone. When. So they get in the TARDIS and she's like, let's go to the future. And the Doctor just takes to the end of the Earth, which is why it's called End of the World. So the Doctor and Rose...
Can you pause for a second? But you want her to stay with you, right? You want to convince her to stay with you. The end of the world is a pretty traumatic place to
I wondered
them.
that. Just get there, it's like, here we are, end of the world. I'm like, why would she be okay with this?
You're watching your home explode. Yeah,
you're traumatized because you destroyed your planet. Like, how would you feel if someone would let you watch Gallifrey die?
Well, to be fair, he did watch Gallifrey die. And
well, someone kidnapped you and made you. Can we get back to the plot, please?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the Doctor takes Rose to a viewing platform space station thing at the end of the world, so they can safely watch the Earth get destroyed. And there's a series of wacky alien guests, such as the face of Bo, the
Moxababoon,
Balhoon, some tree woman, the repeated meme, who are my favourite characters of all time. The repeated meme. And then Cassandra, who is the quote last human, who's just a bitchy trampoline, as Rose describes her. But what happens is somebody on the station hijacks it with little robot spiders and puts down the sun shields, and people get burnt alive. And Rose almost dies. The Doctor saves her, yay! And then it turns out it's Cassandra, and the Doctor murders her.
Okay, so if I'm going to be honest,
he murders her.
Yeah, he does.
He straight up murders her.
So if I'm going to be honest, I was not a fan of this episode. I did not think it was as good as Rose.
Oh, I think it was better than Rose.
I was not a fan.
Let's get into this then.
One thing it did do well, I think it displayed... One thing it did do really well is displayed the power that the Doctor actually had for the first time. I'm not sure if it was in Rose or this episode. I think it was this episode when Rose figures out he's an alien. I think it's this one.
It's it's the last one, I think.
I kind of feel like she's hinted at it in Rose,
but he definitely
it's confirmed to her in End of the World.
Yeah, I think he also says his whole planet's dead here.
Yeah.
You can tell we did our research for this, can't you?
But to be honest, I watched it 3 days ago.
I watched it 2 days ago, and I've already forgotten. I've watched 25 episodes in 2 days.
Jesus Christ, how bad is your memory?
25. That's a lot of episodes to remember, though. To be fair.
Yeah, but I started 3 days ago, and I'm on.
That's true.
I've just finished season 2.
Anyways, tangent. I've also just finished season 2.
Okay, but I will say, the effects in this episode, the entire explosion of the Earth is actually pretty good. When you get the zooms out of the space station in front of Earth, it's very good.
The space stuff is always real good.
However, the other stuff, the Moxababoon, he looked cool. All the other aliens looked cool.
The props are good.
The only thing that I really hated was, you know, the blue people who like man the ship. They like work there.
Yeah.
They look like bad cosplay because you can really tell it's makeup, and it's like, I know there's no other way around it, but it looks like they've just got a massive paintbrush and painted on their face.
Because there's blue people in like later episodes, like one of the last ones from season 10, and it looks pretty good there.
Yeah.
Like put that on for contrast, but the steward's okay, but the rest of them are much worse.
Yeah, I also think the song choice was amazing. Toxic by Britney Spears. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. It's Toxic by Britney Spears, and what's the other one?
I can't remember. I don't think I know what. I
I'm
know
gonna
what
look
it is,
that
but
up.
I don't know the name. I'll play it in the episode when it actually happens.
Okay, yeah, that's a good plan. It's here.
Refreshments will now be served. Earth death in 30 minutes.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away. I should perhaps have foreseen this.
Doctor?
Wow, what a song!
Wow, I'm really enjoying this. Villain. So spoiler alert: the villain is Cassandra, the last human.
I already said that.
No, you didn't actually say it was Cassandra. You just said it was someone.
I did. I said it. Who ends up being Cassandra, and the Doctor murders her.
Cassandra was a good villain. I enjoyed Cassandra.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's interesting. She's like
So Cassandra is the last like human, but she's the last pure human, as like the human race has been spread across the stars.
So they still exist, but not many pure humans exist because they've been like having children with aliens.
They've been crossbreeding. So Cassandra was the last like pure human born on Earth as well, but she's like 2,000 years old or something, I think, and she's had loads of operations. So she's been all she's is skin, a face, and her brain's in a jar.
At this point, also, the Earth has been long deserted.
Oh yeah, it's like a national park now. It's been preserved.
Yeah. So all these like really rich people have came to watch it burn.
Yeah. Can we talk about how dumb Cassandra's plan is?
It really is.
Yeah.
Like,
so, do you want to sum this up, or should I? Because it's very dumb.
You do it. You do it.
Okay. So it's also hard to explain. So, Cassandra creates 5 robot people, the repeated meme, who give out gifts, because everyone gives out gifts on this thing. Gifts of little robot balls which turn into spiders.
From my air.
I bring you air from my lungs.
But yes, they give out these balls with little spiders in, and then these spiders crawl in through everyone's rooms to hijack the station and set down the sun thing to kill everyone. And then she teleports away, and
she never really explains why she wants to kill everyone.
Yeah. Oh no, I think she does. She wanted to hold them as ransom.
Oh yeah, but she didn't ask for any money at any point.
Yeah, but that was because it got stopped. But then her insurance policy was she bought stocks in everyone's opposite like rival companies. So it's fair enough, but it's just so dumb. Such a dumb plan.
Yeah, I will say, the death of Cassandra is a brilliant moment because it does like. It's the first example of the Doctor being completely ruthless, and it shows it really well. Like he murders her in cold blood.
No, yeah, he just like brings her back. He's like, he could have saved her.
It's not even a case of the show's like, oh, he's not actually murdering him. The show knows up front, and so does the Doctor, that he's murdering her.
Yeah.
And it's a really good moment.
I think Rose tries to stop him, and he just does it anyway.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, everything has it. I think he said like everything has its time or something like that.
Yeah.
Some wisdom. Okay, is there anything else you want to talk about this episode?
Yeah, can we talk about how this is like one of the first times you see Doctor just literally getting people to die for him?
Oh yeah.
Because you know Jade, the tree woman?
Yeah, she dies. It's sad.
Yeah, because like the Doctor has to like reset the shields to the station so they don't all die. And for some reason, he takes the tree woman who has like a huge crush on him to into this super hot room, so she just burns alive.
Yep.
Helping him. And this is
another thing. I love the robot spiders. I think they're adorable.
I think they look terrible.
They look alright. I don't think that they look too bad. Like, but can I say the bit when the girl gets pulled into the vent?
Yes. It's so funny. Cause, like,
I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, how do they do that? It doesn't make any sense. Like, all get like in her shirt and like push and like drag her away.
But how would they push? Would they just start crawling the other way? She saw like 10 of them. She saw like 20 of them. She easily had a big opportunity to just go backwards out the vent, but she didn't.
They were quite far away as well. Just like us now. Like, do they have like hooks or something?
They try and make the death of that one blue mechanic girl sad as well, but you've only known her for about 5 minutes, so it's really not, and it's just funny. Okay,
yeah.
Are you ready to?
I know. I've got when I watched this, I left myself 3 notes. Ain't too bad. Fun songs. There's some good memes to be made though. Cough cough. The repeated meme, especially the bitchy trampoline.
Okay. Are you ready to give scores?
Yeah.
I'll go first then.
Okay.
You know, originally let me just check. I can't remember what I gave this episode. Originally, I did give this episode 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Talking about it here, it's actually now that I've just talked about it, it's actually a fun episode. So I think I'll put that up to a 6.
6 out of 10. Yeah, that's right as well. Hey.
Hey. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Now for the final episode of this video.
Yes, I love this one so much.
This one's
Unquite Dead.
The Unquiet Dead. What did I say?
You said unquiet.
I think it is unquiet.
I thought it was unquiet. Hang on,
let me just look it up. No, I'm gonna go. I've got Netflix, so I'll quickly have a look. Yeah, it's the Unquiet Dead.
No, it's quiet.
It's unquiet.
That's not how you spell quiet.
Is that not how you spell quiet?
I swear it's not. Is it?
Yeah, that is how you spell quiet.
What? I thought it was quiet. I've been saying it's the Unquiet Dead. Oh.
Like, not Quiet Dead. It's the Unquiet Dead.
You know what? We're calling it the Unquiet Dead from now on.
No, it's the Unquiet Dead.
They're
not quiet, but they're still dead.
The Unquiet Dead, because they're not quiet. I mean, I feel like a lot of dead people are quiet.
I hate this episode for burning
I
passion.
love this episode.
Alright, this is going to be the first big conflict.
Oh, okay. Look, I want you to sum this one up.
The Charles Dickens being in it is so forced that it makes me angry.
I like Charles Dickens,
like,
he's really good.
They're just like, oh, you enjoying this episode? Here's Charles Dickens for no reason, because he's Charles Dickens.
Doesn't it make sense?
No, it doesn't. He's just there.
No, but then he dies like the year after, and like he could have put this in one of his books, or almost does, and I like that.
Okay.
I like it when the Doctor influences.
To write the ending of a book. That's not gonna take him a year.
I did think that as well, because he dies like 6 months later.
Yeah, he specifically says he's only going to write the ending of the book as well, and like it would not take it would take a month at most to write the ending of that.
Shut
book.
up! I like this episode.
The Gelf themselves, they're dreadful. I hate them.
They look good. I think
the twist at the end was good. Like I generally was not expecting it.
I think they're a good effect.
I hated them. I thought the episode went well too slowly. Nothing happened.
Wait, Hugo, you haven't even done the plot.
The plot? Oh, should I summarize the plot?
Yes.
The Doctor is like, hey, now that I've traumatized you by showing you the death of your own planet, let's go back in time and traumatize you with Charles Dickens. So then he does. He goes back in time and he shows them Charles Dickens, and it's like...
No, that's not...
Well, no, that's not why they go back in time, but they go to see Charles Dickens.
No, they don't go to see Charles Dickens.
Oh, no, they don't. No.
They go for 1860, and they end up... like
1869.
Yeah, they go for like 1860, like London or something, and they end up in 1869 Cardiff.
Yeah.
Which is the beginning of the trend of... Funny how... of how amazing the universe is, everything ends up being Cardiff, London, or London looks a lot like goddamn Cardiff.
What is with Cardiff in Doctor Who? Like,
because they film in Cardiff.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
That's why Boomtown is the worst episode of the show.
Boomtown is a great episode.
That's for another time. I hate Boomtown so much. Back to the plot.
So yeah, and then it turns out there's this funeral parlor where the people keep on coming to life, and they're like, "Oh, this is no good."
That's a full twist, but I don't think they handled it very well.
And then they're like, "Hey, let's make it so the people don't. We're just gonna lock them up." The older man is the most stupid person I've ever met. Not met, obviously, but it just
I'll give you that. I don't want it.
He's like, "Why don't we not forget anyone to do anything about this and just let the people kill people? Haha." The guy, oh no, but one thing.
He's not like let the people kill people.
No, but you know the conversation that Rose has with the Guinevere girl.
I love her. She's
it's the most awkward conversation.
What? Which one?
She's like, "Is there a guy in your life?" And she's like, "Yes."
I think that's interesting because it's showing like this attitude of this like 17th century girl. Wait, no, this is 19th century girl talking to this 21st century girl, and just the way they interact is rather interesting. She's like, "You've got such, you have like the look of a lady, but you have such a foul mouth."
I'll give you that, but like, I will say in this episode, they really like. Going back. The series used to be so dark. Like but like they get this girl, get her throughout the entire episode, build up her character until you're like, actually, she's a good character. She's really good, and then
I love this character. She's just killed.
She just dies.
Yeah, I really like
the twist at the end was good, but I was really not a fan of this episode.
Since you literally didn't explain the plot again, I'm going to explain it. So, I love this episode, so I'm going to explain it. The Doctor means to take Rose to 1860 somewhere, ends up in 1869 Cardiff. They're going to Naples. But they don't, that's it. And they end up in 1869 Cardiff on Christmas Eve. And then at this funeral parlour, the corpses are being reanimated. No one knows why. Maybe it's spooky ghosts. But Gwyneth, who has her powers are a bit dumb. She's a clairvoyance, I think, but she can see things and like the future and read your mind. It's a bit vague as to what she can do. I'll give you that one. And then for some reason, Charles Dickens is also here on Christmas Eve. Not really sure why, but he is, and he's reading and then you get a great shot of Charles Dickens reading out some Christmas Carol, and he's like, "Oh, as Scrooge saw Marley, he looked like a spectre, like that woman there, because it's the woman who had been brought back to life by the ghosts."
Warren, this is a summary, not a complete explanation.
Sorry, I forgot. I really like this episode. So ghosts bring people back from the dead. The Doctor has to stop it. Oh, and they're coming through the rift because they're alien ghosts. The rift is in Cardiff. It's like a. What is the rift?
I don't know. It's just a rip in time, much like the.
Yeah, it's like a rip in time or space or whatever.
They get
but the Gelf's planet was destroyed when in the Time War. So I feel like the Doctor feels partially responsible for that, which is why he wants to help them. Do you ever see that one? Think that, or I mean, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
but yeah, but but only Gwyneth can bring them through. So she finds like the strongest point and opens like a portal. But it turns out the Gelf are evil and want to take the Earth for their own, despite the fact they're pretending to be friendly. Mm-hmm. So they take over a bunch of corpses, try to kill Rose and the Doctor. But Dickens, being the smart man he is, realizes it's all gas. So if he turns on all the gas in this house, they'll be sucked into the air, and then they burn the house down. Why would that kill the ghosts? In retrospect,
they're transparent, aren't they? They're like.
Yeah. Oh no, because they're gas creatures, so they'd be flammable.
All right then.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
They go into fire. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, anyway.
Why do they die?
Scoring this episode, Warren, would you like to give your score?
8 out of 10.
Jesus Christ, I gave it a 4. Okay, looks like that ends today's episode of
Well, we're not done just yet. Hang on. Firstly,
okay.
Firstly, you need that nice little First, you need like 2 leaderboards.
I'm already having leaderboards at
the
end of every episode
right
when
now.
we say our score. Okay, now I'll put down the scores of every score.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. And that means that simultaneously, the Unquite Dead is the best and the worst episode of Doctor Who.
So far.
Quite.
Okay then, that ends today's episode.
No, Jenny, can we? Why? Why do they burn? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm ending this episode, Warren. This is it.
It doesn't make any